how are you? Welcome back to our school. Today we are going to speak about light. Light is one of the forms of energy that we have taken in prime form, like electric energy and sound energy or heat energy. Light energy can be seen, so we call it the visible spectrum. So the visible spectrum, it's the light energy that can be seen. Does light have sources? Yes. Light sources are very familiar to us. Number one of light sources is the sunlight. Number two is the electric lamp we use at our homes. Number three, the candle. The candle is a source of light. Number four is the kerosene lamp. It's a kind of a lamp that we used before in old ages before they invent electricity. So this is called the visible spectrum and the light sources. But now I'm gonna ask you a question. Does the moon considered as a source of light? No, because it reflects the sunlight that falls on its surface. So it's not considered as a source of light. But the stars at night are also sources of light. Number two, we are now going to speak about the light properties. What are the light properties? Light have 5 properties. Now we are going to speak about the first one. We are going to speak about the first property of light, which is light travels or propagates in one straight line. So we are going to do a very tiny activity to prove that light travels in a straight line. We will bring 3 wooden or carton partitions, and this is made of metal. In front of you, this is the partitions. I will put them in a row in front of a lighted candle or a light source. Now, we make a hole and flame and put the holes in front of the candle in one straight line and look at the flame through the hole of the third screen, like this, the third screen. And note your observation. Now we are going to show you what will happen. I'm going to put a light source, okay, from this side so you can see, and this is the third screen. I am seeing light coming from the hole, and if you put your eyes in front of the hole, you will see it. Now, if you try to move one of the partitions of these, you can see any light. So, this is proves that light propagates or travels in one straight line. As a result of traveling of light in one straight line, some phenomena happens. Number 1, the formation of images through narrow holes. Number 2, the formation of shadow. Now we are going to do another activity to prove both of them. The idea of photographic camera is based on the idea of the following activity, okay? We are going to bring a carton box like this and remove one side of the carton box and replace it with another piece of semi-transparent paper, like this. Semi-transparent paper, okay? And this is a carton box. I will make a narrow hole in the opposite side of the semi-transparent paper. From this side, there's a hole in this side, okay? And I'm gonna make the room darker. Then I will put the light in the candle in front of the narrow hole and see what happened. So please follow me. Like this. I try to move the box in front of the candle to see what is happening. Your observation is you can see the light in the candle, minimized and inverted image of the candle flame is formed on the semi-transparent paper in front of you. Here, this lightened spot. It's inverted and minimized. It looks smaller than the real one. The conclusion of this activity is that we have to know that formation of images through narrow holes or pinholes is due to the traveling of light in a straight line. Number 2, we are going to speak about the formation of images through the formation of shadow. We are going now to speak about the formation of shadow. So look at the wall, you will see the shadow of the kettle in front of you. When you darken the room, you might use your hands and put it between the wall and a light source like a torch. A darkened area, this dark area on the wall, is called shadow. So shadow, it's the darkened area which is formed as a result of the falling of light on an opaque object. The opaque object is the wall in this state. The shadow formation is an evidence that light travels in one straight line, and the size of the shadow area is changed by changing the position of the object in front of light source. The nearer you get the object to the light source, the bigger shadow you get. Okay, look at the kettle again. I'm holding a light source. I'm approaching it from the kettle. You will see the shadow is bigger. Then I will move the light source away. The kettle looks smaller than the first one. Now we are going to speak about the second property of light, which is transmitting of light through different materials. They divide, or we classify materials into 3 parts due to the transmission of light or the ability to transmit light through them. Number 1, transparent materials. Number 2, semi-transparent or translucent materials. Number 3, opaque materials. Okay, we are going to speak about number 1, the transparent materials, such as air. You can see your friend because air is transparent. Number 2, water. Number 3, clear glass like this. Clear glass like this. Number 3, clear plastic like this. This is a transparent material. Okay? The second type of materials are semi-transparent or translucent materials like frosted glass and tissue paper like this. It's semi-transparent because you can see as clear as glass or air or water. You have to know that transparent materials allow most of the light to pass through them, but semi-transparent materials allow some of the light to transmit through them. The third one, opaque materials like wood, like stone, like aluminum foil, and carton like this. Carton, you can see from inside the box. Carton is an opaque material. Okay, this side. Why? Because it doesn't transmit any light through them. The opaque materials don't allow light to pass through, and object can be seen through them. What about our bodies? Our bodies are opaque materials because they doesn't allow light to pass through them. Do you know that opaque materials are used also to cover the windows of darkened photographic rooms to get a good image or a good picture of you, of course. So this is the end of our session today, and I hope you have understood everything we said. Meet you next time, inshallah. Thank you very much. Bye bye.